John Laurinaitis is on leave from WWE pending an investigation. Plus, the backstage reaction to the new head of talent relations has been revealed. Who's replacing Johnny Ace? We'll find out in a bit. And Paige's first post-WWE appearances have also been announced. It's all in the wrestling news right now. The true people power is the pending investigation that has taken John Laurinaitis on leave of absence from WWE. It was revealed in a memo to talent after Raw last night. PW Insider breaking this one. Thanks, lads and lasses. WWE issuing a memo to talent following Raw announcing that Bruce Pritchard is the interim head of talent relations going forward. They also informed talents that pending the conclusion of our board of directors' internal investigation, John Laurinaitis, who has not been on the road since the investigation was publicly revealed, has been placed on administrative leave. And the memo is promising Pritchard will provide a seamless transition.
All right, so we've got Vince McMahon on SmackDown and Raw over the past few days after not being on SmackDown and Raw for the longest possible time. And we've got the fall guy, Big Johnny Ace. Well done, John. You've done your job very well. We all knew it was going to happen, didn't we? John Laurinaitis biting the dust, whereas Vince McMahon just soldiers on and says to the shareholders and whatnot, there's no...
That's exactly what he said as well. So John Laurinaitis now away and Bruce Pritchard stepping into a role that he had a while ago.
I think
is it? We seem to think that was the case.
Yeah, people who listen to Something to Wrestle with Conrad and Bruce. I'm sure I've heard Bruce say that before Jim Ross took over in the 90s, Bruce did it for a little bit before he passed it over to Jim Ross and then went on the road and did his behind-the-scenes guerrilla position, producing role, whatever he was doing for the longest possible time. So has he got experience in this role? Potentially. Has he not? Potentially. My memory's broken.
It's funny you mentioned Something to Wrestle with, because if you listen to the Conrad podcast a lot, you'll know that sometimes getting Bruce Pritchard to sit down and do an episode is quite difficult.
And when he does, Tom, he's absolutely cream crackered. So I bet Bruce Pritchard is overjoyed that he's got yet another job to do for Vince McMahon, because he just wasn't busy enough before this all kicked off.
Surely you get John Laurinaitis to do the podcast for a bit. Good to be here, Conrad.
Damn, Vince, your muscles are so big. Oh, I love your muscles, Vince. Oh, yeah.
Do you own or rent your home? How's the behind the scenes been to the announcement that Brucey Baby is in control?
Brucey Baby, wow. So Fightful Select have come in with this news. Former and present talent alike chimed in, with one saying Vince only knows 3 people, haha, because of course Bruce and Johnny Ace, they keep getting the jobs. Another said that they'd had multiple texts from talent stating there is concern about Bruce handling both roles, because now if you want time off, you have to ask the person who is effectively your filter between creative and Vince McMahon for time off. So you could go to Bruce, hey Bruce, I'd love a holiday. And then Bruce would go down the corridor, Vince, you heard this one, huh? She wants time off, he wants time off, And then Vince would be like, fire!
And you'll run back down the corridor. What the bosses do? You get a week off Sunday. So, in your opinion, as not only a wrestling hack journalist, a see you later aggregator, and our in-house expert on All Japan Pro Wrestling, do you think Johnny Ace will be back?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Is that it done?
Maybe in years to come, but as for right now, I'd imagine that administrative leave, in quotation marks there, I think that'll be made a more permanent thing. Who knows? When it's all, they'll be like, go down to the Winchester, and then when it's all blown over, that'll be just Vince McMahon, not with a pint of beer, obviously, but with a protein shake, and I don't know.
A meat wrap.
Yeah, a meat wrap.
Raising a meat wrap.
Protein shake and a milk wrap, just, it'll all blow over and then come back in Johnny Ace, because he does seem to like working with Johnny Ace. Like, that was a weird thing to say out of context, and you know what I mean, though. He's brought him back multiple times, hasn't he, now at this point?
I'm sure John Laurinaitis is probably the most successful person to come out of the sale of WCW, because he was working there when all that went down. So I think he's been the most successful. So well done, I think. We'll have more on that as we get it. Obviously, rolling news as there's as the moving and the shaking behind the scenes following the investigation into Vince McMahon. It sees John Laurinaitis taking a leave of absence. We have an update on Jeff Hardy for you this morning. His next court appearance in Florida has officially designated an official arraignment, a bond hearing in regard to his DUI arrest on the 13th of June. Hardy will plead guilty or not guilty on the 5th of July at the arraignment, while his attorney and the prosecutor are going to argue over what sort of bond Hardy should have enforced leading up to his criminal trial. Hardy is currently out on a $3,500 $500 bond. So expect some more from this on the 5th of July. I think this is going to keep him away from wrestling-based activity until at least then.
Yeah.
It'd be weird to start booking him in stuff with this pending arraignment.
And hopefully a little bit after as well. No, wait, you're not even a little bit, just hopefully as long as he needs to sort of go away and get that help that apparently, according to that statement Tony Khan put out, he's very receptive now to having. So I just got to wish him all the best, hasn't he? Totally sorts himself out because it's angering and it's a shit. We've been through this last week. We all know what we're saying, don't we? We've spoken quite a bit about it. Let's end on a little bit of news regarding Paige. Now, it was announced that her contract wasn't being renewed with WWE, that she was done. She's put out a nice statement saying thank you. She talked about it on Twitch quite a bit, and then it came to pass that she's already got some bookings. She is not letting the grass grow, is Saraya Knight. Where is she rocking up next, You'll
Ross?
be able to catch Saraya for the first time SummerSlam weekend, Nashville, Tennessee. Jeff Jarrett will be there because that's where he loves to party. Saraya will be at StarCast. StarCast weekend, she might do a shoot interview. I assume she will do with Conrad or maybe even Kenny McIntosh. Hello. Something like that. So who knows what might happen there. Then number 2.
Kenny McIntosh is like a puppet now. Hello.
That's it. Hello, my good personal friend. That was Irish. Then we have Saraya, who's popping up. She's going back home. She's going to WWE Fightmare 4 on Saturday, October the 15th, in a county which phonetically said sounds a bit like a swear word. So we'll just say the east of England, around the Norwich area.
There you go. Well covered. The latter there, WAW Fightmare 4. This is a show put on by the Knight family, so of course Saraya Knight's going to be part of that. That's going to be probably, I think that'll be bigger than StarCast for Saraya Knight and Paige fans, because that's the real homecoming. That's back fighting with your family again.
You can just imagine Big Daddy Ricky or Big Daddy Nick Frost, one of the two, whoever's the real father there, I don't know, going, all right, Saraya, I'd love you to do the wrestling. Now, you might not be fully clear, but I'd love you to do the wrestling. It'll help with family business quite a lot, you know what I mean? It would help with family business. And then she'd be like, oh, but Daddy, I need to get cleared. But I don't care. Back in my day, we used to wrestle with half a leg falling off.
It's like Ricky Knight or Nick Frost are here right now.
So if she's going to make a return before she's ready to make a return, it's going to be at WAW helping her family. I can see her getting in the ring and just slapping Grant Holt, for example, or doing something like that.
All jokes aside, I don't think they put her in the ring if there was any health concerns. But by announcing her and having her appear there, I think that's enough.
Yeah.
I mean, already, I think I saw on Ricky's Facebook, I think they already said they've sold out all the VIP.
You've got him on Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, Ricky Knight on Facebook. Oh, yeah. For friends.
Terrifying.
But I saw that all the VIPs have sold out for that show, and I imagine some of them will, the other seats will sell too. You know, out of the sheer intrigue of seeing Saraya Knight back with the family again. I like the idea of her slapping Grant Holt.
It's what
That's
we've all
a fun
dreamed of doing. Grant Holt, who won that Battle Royal back in WAW, I don't know when that was. Was it pre-pandemic? It felt like it probably was.
Pre-pandemic.
Oh.
It was that was one of their bigger shows. That was. I remember it. I remember it well. It was very much pre-pandemic. So there you go. Be a nice pickup from that.
May I?
I thought by now Grant Holt, just to divert slightly, to address the elephant in the distance. I think that Grant Holt might have sort of cut through by now.
Yeah, I don't know, because all he does is WAW. I think I don't think he's wrestled anywhere else. So
I thought WWE might have gone, hey, what's that? You're another sports player. Get on in here!
To be fair, he's not.
Get on in here!
He was in the Premier League for a couple of years, but before, I don't think Vince McMahon's a big fan of the Football League when he was kicking balls for Rochdale or whatever it was.
When we say Premier League and football, we mean soccer and Super Bowl.
EPL.
The Apple. So yes, October 15th, back at the showground in that place with algorithmically we can't say East of England, and StarCast presumably hanging out with Jeff Jarrett for a bit around SummerSlam weekend.
There
you go. More news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Anything you need to plug? Anything you'd like to plug?
There'll be a little round table discussion thing going across the topic. Have WWE jumped into desperation mode by running back Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns once again, Tom?
Hey. An intriguing roundtable discussion.
Hell. 3 brilliant minds of the professional wrestling world just thrashing it out, and you've got a front row seat.
Which... Three brilliant minds.
I tell you what.
One of which struggles with chairs.
There's once a week upstairs. Jack Atkins has that similar issue. Whoever designed these chairs and just made a little clip going in there to stop me falling backwards, you're a dirty person. I've had enough, Tom. See you next time.
Love you, bye.